call to order. We have a few roles that are in question. Our table topics person has not signed in. Are they present, or would we have a replacement? Adrian, you're evaluator 1. I can fill in there if necessary. And our timer, we do not have a timer. Is there anyone who would like to volunteer as timer? Can everyone speak at once? We have a timer slot open. Okay. Antoinette, if you'll do table topics. Nicole, what is your current role?
I'm the general evaluator.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and do timer so you won't be overloaded there.
Okay.
Our Toastmaster of the day is a distinguished Toastmaster. He's filled many officer roles in our club, as well as area and division governor. Please help me welcome our Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Philip Borden.
Good afternoon. It's good to be here. Good to start a new week off on the right foot. Toastmasters. I am pleased to be your Toastmaster of the day. We will jump right into the festivities by hearing from today's grammarian, here to introduce today's... We didn't do the pledge? We didn't do the pledge. Let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It reminds me of something that I learned about Toastmasters early in my Toastmasters journey. Did you know that out of all that we talk about, all the requirements, all the manuals, all the things to remember, there are really only 2 things that you're required to do in Toastmasters. Did you know that? You're required to be perfect and to show improvement. That's all you have to do. Be perfect and show improvement. Well, our new president, Dewey McGarr, has, I'm sure, opened many Toastmasters meetings before. He decided to show improvement by leaving some room for improvement today. Now we will hear from today's grammarian, one of our newest members, Aaron Padua-Evans, here to introduce today's word of the day.
Morning, HealthMasters, Toastmasters. Hope everybody had a great weekend. As your grammarian, I thought of 1,000 words that I wanted to come in here and tell you. But like church, some spoke to me. Some spoke to me on a word. And I just wanted to go back. I couldn't get it very big, but I'm going to put it right here. The word of the day is going to be called unity. Unity is a state of being united and joined as a whole. Gandhi himself said, unity, to be real, must stand the severest strain without breaking. And I'm going to tell you something personally, guys. The world's in a strain. And I think we need to follow the words of our forefather, John Dickinson, United we stand, divided we fall. Let's lift each other up in prayer. Let's thank everybody out there that's working on the streets. Black, white, yellow, it doesn't matter. Jesus loves the children of the world. That's all I have for your grammarian today. Unity, we will stand.
Okay, great job. To help us be better Toastmasters and to continue to grow in our experience, we will now have our Toastmaster Minute being brought to us by Antoinette Mitchell.
Are you considering the next speeches that you will be given in July? Have you determined, will that speech be from your communicator booklet? Will it be from the competent communicator booklet? Will it be from the competent leaders booklet? Will it be from the advanced leaders booklet? Goal setting is one of the essential tools of making your speeches and advancing in Toastmasters. There are 3 items that you will need in order to start your goal setting. You will need a pen. You will need a journal, some type of booklet to write with. And lastly, but most importantly, you will need a calendar. As we move forward as Toastmasters in this club, it is essential, once again, we cannot tell you how essential it is to make goals for your next speech. I have brought to you this afternoon live in this Toastmasters meeting from the HealthMasters Toastmasters Club, Antoinette Mitchell, turning it back over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Very inspirational. We have a guest speaker today. We're in for a treat. If you were at the Spring District 43 conference, he is no stranger to you. He is the District 43 International Speech Contest winner for this year, here to practice his contest speech, I'm assuming. Is that correct? In that case, I'll give him a speech contest introduction, if you're ready. Our guest speaker today.
Let me hand out my
Oh,
evaluation form real quick. Form, and I also have a set. Sorry I was late. I had a work meeting that held me long. So.
absolutely. Our guest speaker is Chris Madison. First step to chasing your dream. First step to chasing your dream, Chris Madison.
The world was your oyster. Opportunities abound. Doctor. Maybe you wanted to be a lawyer. Fireman. Mine. Honor, there's nobility, professionalism. All that. There's also the driving fast, the flashy lights, and the woo-woo. You know, woo! I got to live my dream. I became a police officer. I'm working the south side of town. Radio goes off. Armed robbery just occurred. Sonic, city limit. Opportunity to go. Well, whoa! Flashy light time. Dispatch advised suspect fled on foot, southbound, wearing a black jogging suit, red stripe. Now, I drive not to the Sonic. Boom! Turn over that street. Boom! Pull up. What do I see? Walking with a bit of purpose, a direction to go, wearing a dark jogging suit, red stripe. I pull up. Lights flashing. Pardon me, sir. Might I have a word with you? Please step to the front of my patrol car. I'd like to visit with you briefly. Please just step right up here. I'd like to just have a few moments of your time, please. And he gave me... Now, every police officer knows. It's that. Are we going to fight? Us? Or is it run time? In a moment, the answer was known. Boom! Off he goes. I'll take chase. Radio. I'm in foot pursuit. We're running. As he's running away from me, he looks over his shoulder at me. What are you chasing me for? I holler out. What are you running for? He looks over his shoulder. What are you chasing me for? Here I am in the middle of summer. Summer, my 10-year-old life, I was involved in a boating accident. I remember that day very vividly. Cousins were out to the lake, riding jet skis. I remember riding, warm sun on my skin, the splashing water, the sound, the exhaust, the enthusiasm. I'm living a 10-year-old. I'm having fun as a 10-year-old. I'm driving, and I see the driver of the boat not looking where he's going. He's got his hand on the wheel. He's looking back at the parasail he's pulling, not where he's going. I lean the jet ski as hard as I can to turn it, to avoid. A moment later, collision. And what moments before was a bright blue, brilliant summer sky is now a watery gray as the shadow of the boat overtakes me. Oh, dark, cold abyss. A moment later, I come to the surface. I'm wearing a life jacket, thankfully. I breathe in the sights, the sounds of life. My foot, injured. Trump caught it, chewed it up. Hospital, multiple surgeries, multiple days of rehab. My dreams of being a police officer, dust in the wind. Learned something. Obstacle. I learned that no matter what challenges I decide to go and face those challenges head on, I can achieve. What dreams do you have? What challenges have prevented you from following your dream? I remember the first step after losing. I remember the first step. I remember the first step, run. I chased my dreams, and you can be willing to take that step towards your I ask him again, what are you running for? He continues on. 1.5 miles we run. Down the street, cars going by on either side. This lady pulls up to me, rolls her window down. He just robbed the sign. No kidding, hit him with your car. I caught him. Back to jail. My chief gets him out of the car, leans in quietly and closely, and says, you know you just got caught by a one-legged guy. Hangs his head, looks at the chief, looks at me, looks at him, looks at me. Show him, Madison. To which I do. Caught my drink.
Thank you. Well, today is a great day to be in HealthMasters. We just had the privilege of hearing from an advanced speaker. We'll now have the privilege of hearing an icebreaker from one of our newest members. Up next is speaker number 2, Tiffany Washington, for her icebreaker speech, Who Inspires Me? Help me welcome Tiffany Washington.
I would like to say good afternoon to Mr. Toastmaster and my fellow Toastmasters. I am Tiffany Washington, and I will be bringing you Who Inspires Me. Growing up in a small town of Eudora, Arkansas, and a population of about 2,300, and many of you know that as a small town you can have your disadvantages and your advantages. Sometimes you're limited to resources, and there are not always those things that that you need to being in a larger city. But most of the time, the number one thing, there's unity between the families, and the community leaders. And that was my inspiration. Number one, my family. Number two, the teachers of the small school that I graduated from. I remember one teacher that was my English teacher. She's still alive today and still inspiring many of us today. So I think about who was an inspiration to me as I am an adult today. Number one, that was my family. And then my leaders, who I've come in contact with, and I still remember them along this journey. I want you to think about something. Who was your inspiration, and who brought the unity into your life to where you are today? I am a mother. I am a wife. Those are my inspirations. When I have my bad days or my challenges, I just think about my husband, my 2 children. I have a 19-year-old. I have a 5-year-old. And between the 13 years of ages between the two, that's my inspiration, because I know that I'm going to have a larger task to deal with my 19-year-old, and I'm going to have even more task to deal with my 5-year-old. That's my inspiration. I think about my career, my journey, and where I am at today. I graduated in 1998, and I always knew I wanted to help others. And I began my career in healthcare. And I worked in healthcare for about a 5-year span until I had an illness, and which took me off of that course for about 6 years. I began to came back in the health field in 2011. And then I was able to come to the Arkansas Department of Health. When I came here, I began to know that volunteer was a passion of mine, because they always had opportunities for you to volunteer. That was my inspiration. From volunteering up until now, I began to learn that mentoring was my inspiration to help others. I'm in that journey now, helping women and mentoring them. That's my inspiration. That's bringing unity, because every time you come in contact with someone, you can help them in some type of way. They're either going to help you, and you're going to help them. Then I began to think about my fellow leaders, from my coworkers, the supervisors, management, and being a part of Toastmasters. I began to share a story that I always knew that I wanted to speak, and I knew that one day I would be speaking. I shared with my grandmother about a week ago when I visited with her, and I told her that I would be able to tell this story. She would always tell me when I was a young child, that nothing hurt a duck but its bill, but you keep on quacking, you're going to quack yourself out, because I always talked and I always spoke. But today I stand in inspiration and inspiring others, and amongst my fellow Toastmasters, bringing unity amongst those that I come in contact with. So just listen and think about who brings inspiration to your life, and how have they impacted you to be the person that you are today. In closing, in life, you will have a journey that you never know who will cross that path. But those that you come in contact with, they're sure to help build you. So always remember to surround yourself around someone that will help you to become a better person.
Do you believe that everyone has a story? Everyone has something to say. That's one of the things that I love about Toastmasters. We all have different stories. We can come together in unity and move forward. Another thing I love about Toastmasters is the volunteer spirit, exemplified by Antoinette Mitchell in volunteering to lead our table topics and fill that vacancy. This is the impromptu speaking portion of our meeting. That means get ready. You're about to have a target in front of you.
I call on.
To lead our table topics, Antoinette Mitchell.
All right, appreciate it. Another time up here. This is wonderful. Get ready, get ready. Who will I call upon? Raise your hand if you're a guest. All right. Raise your hand if you're a guest and you are not a Toastmaster. Ah, yes. I got my target audience here. All right. I enjoyed the speeches so much until I am going to ask you some questions regarding the speeches that were just made. All the way to the back, the lady with the white glasses on. Come on down. All right. As you come down. Isn't it a mystery what you were going to tell us about today? Give us your name as you come down. Carol Jackson. All right. Welcome, Carol Jackson. Carol Jackson.
Yes.
Tell me about some people, and tell the people out there who have inspired you to be the woman that you are today. Inspiration. Tell us about that.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. The woman that inspired me to be the woman that I am is my grandmother, Susie Mae Wooden. She's deceased now. But whenever I get in a situation or faced with something, it's kind of emotional. She would always say, the Lord did not bring you this far to leave you. And I always keep that in mind. So I want to say to you all, no matter what you face in life, when obstacles come, tell yourself that the Lord did not bring you this far to leave you.
Very good. Very inspirational. Excellent. The next person, we will only do 3 so that we will stay on time today. The next person I want to come down, there are 2 people in purple back there. Let me see. Both of them have on glasses also. Which one? The one who have not given their speech yet. Come on down. Give us your name right here. They have given their speech. Come on down. Oh, you're an expert at this. Come down. There you go. Get some confidence about you. Come on down. Swag a little bit. Tell us your name.
Hi. Afternoon, everyone, fellow Toastmasters and guests. By the way, perfect. Got my attention. Crying inside when you said the word volunteer. That's part of my job. I am
volunteering and why more people should volunteer.
First and foremost, I'm Sonia Davis, and I'm trying my best not to embarrass my mentor here. Volunteerism, it stems from, personally, from
Yes.
the time you're conceived. I think it's almost genetic. You really want to be a part of something to give back. It was something that was instilled in me at a young age, that if everyone around you is giving something to you to support you, then in turn you need to give something back to someone else, if not that person who helped you. Volunteerism has been a part of my life since my sister was diagnosed with breast cancer. worked for the American Cancer Society, and in turn became a staff partner. Now here I am after volunteering with AmeriCorps as a member in education, tutor. I did AmeriCorps Vista slot for after-school programs. Ended up having to take a break. Things changed, but you still volunteer because that volunteerism will get you a job down the road. And here I am, volunteer program manager with the Department of Health. Medical Reserve Corps for medical and non-medical volunteers, and SERVE, which is our database of emergency response volunteers. So volunteerism speaks volumes on paper. Hint, hint, recruiting effort going on right here because Medical Reserve Corps, AmeriCorps looks good on paper. So it keeps me going. My children involved with something that keeps other people kind of questioning, what does she do? That's a lot. But I kid you not, volunteerism and encouraging others and being unified, walking unity, talking unity, it helps us all.
Very good. Thank you so much, Sonia. The last question that I will ask, and then you will be off of the hot seat. This person had a dream, and recently you've read about her dream. I would like for you all, first of all, to help me congratulate Joyce Biddle for becoming a distinguished Toastmaster as she comes down to tell us how she achieved her dream of becoming a distinguished Toastmaster. Give it up for Joyce Biddle this afternoon.
This is the second time I've been put on the hot seat. I was put on the hot seat Saturday at our district director's training for being a DTM. But it turns out there was two others in addition to me. I achieved this dream when I first went to the first district conference that I went to, when I saw the DTM line. Philip was in that DTM line. And that encouraged me because I'm like, wow, look at that. I want to do that too. Because, you know, before that, I never really thought about being a DTM. I was just coming to Toastmasters doing the Toastmaster thing, and I didn't think much about it. But once I saw that, I went, I want to be a DTM too. So I looked at the book, I pulled out what you got to do to be a DTM, and I pulled out the to-do list, and I said, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and I became a DTM in the next year.
Thank you very much, very much. One thing before I leave, I'm going to do this. When I say goal setting, you say Toastmaster speech. Goal setting. Toastmaster speech. Speaking. Toastmaster speech. All right, welcome back. Let's welcome the Toastmaster back of the day.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Some of you may know that one of the changes coming down the line in Toastmasters is a capstone speech, so that the last task before receiving your DTM is to do a speech, just like Joyce just did, to explain your journey, what you did, what inspired you, what others can learn from your journey to being a distinguished Toastmaster. So Joyce got in a little free practice without actually having to do that. Up next is the evaluation portion of our meeting. That is when we will find out how we did on everything that we presented. It will be led by this year's Area B1 Director, Nicole Johnson.
Good afternoon, everyone. Fellow Toastmasters and our most honored guests. This is where we display our unity, because we use this segment to help one another and to learn what we did well and how we can also improve on what we did or said. So let's move right into our evaluation portion with our first evaluator, Distinguished Toastmaster Adrian Duncan.
With excellence.
Thank you.
Fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. With excellence, Toastmaster Chris. Everyone here? With unity, did you see what he said? Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Did you feel what he presented? Give him a hand. Did you hear what he felt and saw? Give him a hand. A big one. The only suggestion I have, because I know some of us in this room happen to be English majors, I would not stop a sentence at, that was a Sonic. He just left. I would catch that dude. I don't care what it took. I don't care if I had both legs broke. That's what I would have done. The opening was ideal. When you tell someone what's happening at your 10-year-old, your dream is the sky. There is no limit until you lose something you can't. When you close and you say, someone, what is your dream? Has someone sat up on your dream? Absolutely not. They can't sit on me. They might sit on my physical body, but they're not stopping me. That's what I heard. Did y'all hear that same thing, what he just said? Give him a big hand. I thought it was excellent. Madam General Evaluator.
Thank
He did an
you.
excellent job. Excellent
Thank
job with
you.
unity. He did an excellent job with
Yes,
unity.
he did.
Thank you.
Thank you for evaluating the first step to chasing your dream. And I apologize for not announcing that title. Now we're going to go to our second evaluator, who's also one of our newest distinguished Toastmasters, as we just said, Joyce Biddle, who will be evaluating Tiffany Washington, which is one of our newer members, giving her icebreaker speech, Who Inspires Me? Evaluator number 2, Joyce Biddle.
Tiffany, who inspires me? You inspired me with this speech. This was excellent. As I said last week, I'm so inspired by our new members because they're getting up here and doing these icebreakers with no fear. Because they're all getting up here with no problems and doing their speeches, and they're not shaking and they're not having any problems. She came up here with this notebook, and I didn't even see her look at it. She looked out at the audience the whole time. Y'all notice that?
Yes.
So she had, and somebody named me. She has a very strong speaking voice. That was one of the things that I found good about her in the beginning. She has a very strong speaking voice. She's not timid, very boisterous like me. I like that because she knows she's my mentee. She clearly told her story without no obvious breaks in thought. And she was able to incorporate the word of the day without even thinking about it. She used it several times. I didn't count it, but I know she used it at least 5. Her voice was very clear and audible, and she definitely said what she was going to say. She told us what she was going to say, and then she concluded and wrapped it up. There was no improvement in what she needed to do, and it was a very inspirational speech. Good job, Tiffany.
Thank you, Joyce. Now we're going to move to our grammarian. I'm not going to attempt your last name today, but we are going to move to our grammarian, Aaron, who gave us this wonderful word of the day, unity, and he's going to let us know how well we did with our grammar. Everybody, please welcome Toastmaster Aaron.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, the good thing is everybody loved this word. All right. And united we stand, divided we fall. We all had unity with the word today. In fact, we had unity so much that it was mentioned 7 times throughout the course of today's meeting, which I thought was amazing. I'm new to this part. Am I supposed to add anything else to this other than the good usage? It was used correctly at the correct time. I'm impressed with it, and everybody did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Aaron. Now we're going to move to our report from one of our great Toastmasters, Leonard Mikasa. Let's welcome him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Toastmaster General Evaluator. It's still unity, but unit of comments from Mukasa here. Philip Borden, perfect score. Aaron, perfect score here. Toastmaster Antoinette, one arm. Use the language quite well, inspirational, those direction. Our guest speaker, the only thing I noted was in the beginning because he was late, and we can excuse him for that. One arm, otherwise, been told the story, but distinguished Toaster Master Adrian. Tiffany, no countings of hours at this time, but you use the word unity the best. I think I counted 6.5 times. And she used the language well, community, inspirational. Carol, one so, that's almost 0 to me. And Sonia did 2 hours and 1 so. Joyce, distinguished Toastmaster Joyce, used 1 you know. Nicole, and I count mine too. Nicole used 1 so. Aaron used 1 I in the end. By the way, I thought it was cool to put in the filler words. For our guests, we don't want to use those filler words. I thought I was joining, it was unit of purpose to join this club. Apparently, it's the wrong way to go. Toastmaster Nicole.
Thank you. Thank you for that great report, Dr. Mukasa. Now we'll move to our timers report by our distinguished Toastmaster and presiding officer and president of this year, Dewey McGar. Let's welcome him.
We started our meeting on time at 12 o'clock. Our Toastmaster minute went 1 minute 12 seconds. Speaker number 1 asked for 5 to 7 minutes, concluded at 6 minutes 53 seconds. Just if you have a prolonged resting time before you start, that you stand still in order that the timers do not perceive some movement as a gesture to start your speech and have your timing start too early. Thing to watch. Tiffany Washington, icebreaker, 4 to 6 minutes, completed in 4:22. Carol spoke very briefly at 34 seconds. The target time is a minimum of 1 minute, not more than 2. Sonia volunteered for 1 minute 34 seconds. Joyce achieved her dream for 1 minute and 12 seconds. Adrian evaluated Chris for 1 minute 43. Joyce evaluated Tiffany for 1 minute 49. Aaron discussed the word of the day, unity, for 46 seconds. Leonard counted our ahs for 2 minutes and 9 seconds. That's my report.
Thank you. Thank you. We had an excellent evaluation portion for today. I will say the time, we did start 1 minute late. I will say that. I'm sorry. That is true. I was looking at all the time, the clocks around the room. However, with that, though, I know that personally I am trying to work on being more and more punctual. And so that's the only reason why I pointed that out. I know that that's something that I'm working on, and Toastmasters has helped me, I believe, in that area. For our first speaker, when he talked about the time, I know that when we did the district leadership meeting this past Saturday, they did say once you move or make some sort of motion, that time starts. So that's something you can think about as you move forward into the international competition, something to consider. And I would just say that the meeting was really good. I think we showed our unity, and I hope we continue to do that, and great job. I will now turn it back over to our presiding officer, or our Toastmaster of the day. Well, I see that we do have a youth leadership program presentation. Okay, so that's next, and I'm not really sure who. Do I turn this over to Joyce? Okay, so let's welcome our Vice President of Education up as she presents to us the youth leadership program presentation. Thank you.
What is going to be presented to you all is a presentation from 4 of the young people that were in the youth leadership program that I did as part of getting my DTM. You know, when you're doing your DTM, one of the things you have to do is a major project, and the youth leadership project is what I did. So they're going to present in their own way. They came up with this idea how they were going to do their presentation. So I didn't have anything to do with it. I just watched them do it and gave them some critiques. So I'm going to present to you Dearius Allen, Demetrius Clark, Kyra Biddle, and Lyric Biddle.
Anyone who speaks will need a
Girls, be quiet. Girls, be quiet. All right. Dearius Allen. Here. Haven't did your speech yet, and everybody else has. Your speech, have you did it? I need you to find it. All right. Our speaker today is Dearius Allen. Accidents in middle and high school in basketball, Dearius Allen.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I will tell you the time when I played basketball in middle and high school when I had my accident. One day, I was in middle school at Panther Heights Middle School. I was in the 7th grade, and this when we can start playing sports because we couldn't play in the 6th grade. And so one day, I was in English class, and they announced it on the intercom that they was having basketball tryouts on Friday after school at 6. And when we had tryouts, I was nervous because I had to learn how to dribble the ball and dribble the ball under my legs. And I didn't know how to do all that yet. So we had to play 2-on-2, and me and my partner was on offense. And when you have the ball, the other team had to hold defense. So while I'm already running bad down the court, and as he passed me the ball, I caught it, but I missed the goal because I wasn't paying attention, and I had ran into a wall. And I had fell so hard that I got up and I sat on the bleachers because my head started to hurt. The second time I played basketball was at Mills High School, and I was in the 11th grade. So I'm ready for this game because we were going to get Jacksonville, and I knew we were going to win. Dang, I just forgot what I was at. Hold on, wait. So I'm sitting on the sideline, waiting for coach to put me in. So she put me in, and we was on defense. And I had to hold this big girl, and my coach told me to play hard like I've been playing at practice. And so I did, and like so they gave her the ball, and like she tried to make a layup, and I had smacked her ball, and like when my team threw the ball, they threw the ball to me. As I got the ball, I was dribbling the ball down the court, and I was running down the court. And she tried to steal my ball, and like I had crossed her, and like I had almost made a layup, but I missed. And when the ball bounced back, I had caught my own rebound, and when like I caught it, I like made it, and so that's when the big girl bumped me, and I had fell on my knee, and when I got up, my knee was swollen, and coach told me to come sit down, and she had put a ice pack on my knee, and that's when coach told me, you did real good out there, you never gave up, and you kept trying. That's my speech about my middle and high school accident in basketball. Thank you for listening to my speech from Darius Allen.
Wasn't that an interesting speech? Have you did your evaluation already? Right? Mimi, what did you think of Darius' speech? Right. Well, everyone did a good job, some better than others. Does anyone have anything else to say about her speech? No. Lyric, let's hear the evaluation.
Okay, so I evaluated my accents in middle and high school basketball by Darius Allen. The first question was the speech well prepared? The speech was written down, but the speech was not well prepared because she kept stopping and losing her place. The speech had a definite opening, body, and conclusion. The speech had a body, but didn't have an actual opening and conclusion, so you didn't know where her story started or how it ended. Was the speaker's voice loud and clear? The speaker spoke loudly, but wasn't clear and kept using the words like and Did the speaker use words that were simple, concrete, and vivid? The speaker did use words that were simple, concrete, and vivid, but her continuous usage of improper grammar distracted you from her visualizing her ideas, her incidents. Speakers achieve his or her purpose. The speaker did achieve her purpose of telling about her exes, but her reading performance distracted from her overall story.
Very good evaluation. So, does anyone have anything else to say?
I do.
So, does anybody know how to give a proper speech?
A proper speech is leads into speech topics. A body, 3 points, a statement of facts, supporting material. Conclusion, review of summary, calls to action of memorable statement.
So, what else have you guys learned while being in this class?
Impromptu speaking.
No. Okay, that's good. Can I hear one at a time from each?
I learned how to do table topics and impromptu speaking on the spot.
Show your skills.
I know all this before I even came.
So let me ask y'all one last question. What is Toastmasters?
HealthMasters International is a nonprofit organization that helps
People develop communication and leadership skills. More than 4 million people around the world have benefited from Toastmasters Club since 1924.
Well, good job, you guys. All right, everybody have a good day, and class is dismissed.
Now, all of these young people will now receive a certificate of completion from our president, Dewey McGar.
Kyria Biddle? Kyra Biddle, okay. These certificates read Toastmasters International. Kyra Biddle has completed the requirements of the Toastmasters Youth Leadership Program. In recognition thereof, the certificate is awarded by Club number 2492808, HealthMasters Toastmasters, July 11th, 2016. Signed by the club president and the coordinator. Lyric Biddle. Darius Allen. Demetria Clark. Absent today is Kiana Wesson. I have an additional award from Toastmasters International, honors to Joyce Biddle for outstanding service as Youth Leadership Coordinator of Club 2492808, HealthMasters Toastmasters on July 11th. Have someone to take a picture for them?
All right. Young ladies can now be seated.
Just a reminder, this coming Saturday is the first opportunity for club officers to attend the officer training of Saturday the 16th of July, that will take place from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Also, the second opportunity for club training is the 28th of July, which is Thursday evening from 5:30 to 8:45. All club officers are required to attend at least one session. It would be helpful for you to attend both in order to get some of the overlapping sessions, because you cannot attend all of the sessions in one training period. All club members who are not officers are encouraged to attend as well. There's a great deal of information you can get there that you cannot get at the club level that will assist you in understanding Toastmasters as a whole. If you're not an officer and would like to attend, please see Joyce after the meeting, give her your name so you can be added to the security list. At that officer training for the district, which was last Saturday, we were given some ribbons that will be added to our club banner to honor those who are area and division officers that have HealthMasters as our home club. At this time, I'd like Joyce to come present them to the club.
As you all may or may not know, I'm the division director for Division B. Therefore, I have a ribbon that says Home Club of the Division Director that we'll put on our banner. Okay. Also, Susan McGar is Area Director for Area A1. So she has a ribbon. And Nicole Johnson is Area Director for Area B1. So she has a ribbon. Adrian is also Area A3. Therefore, these ribbons will hang on our banner. Thank you.
This is a clear example of leadership, that one club would have 4 division officers in the same year. I congratulate HealthMasters and encourage each one of you to aspire to the goals that your own members have met. Are there any other club business before we adjourn? Joyce?
At the division training.
Come to the microphone.
At the tail end of 2017, the educational program will change for Region 5, which is where District 43 sits. Because they're going to roll it out by region. Region 5 will roll out at the tail end of 2017. That's what they're anticipating. When that happens, the educational program will change somewhat. And when the educational program changed, the books, I'm not sure about the exact books, but I do know that your program to reach the DTM will change. Therefore, if you're currently working towards your DTM, once that program rolls out, you will have 2 years from that point to finish your current program to finish the DTM. If you don't do it within that 24-month period, too bad. You'll have to start over with a new education program. But you have 2 years. You can get a DTM in 2 years. There's no problem. But I did it. All right. That's my announcement.
As the program is rolled out, there will be additional information, the actual details of the program. Many of the same things that you're doing now will be used in the new program. However, the awards system, the tiers of advancement will all be different. The things that you're doing now, the speeches, the meeting roles, the leadership roles, will all fit in a different track toward the DTM. A great deal of it will be available and usable online as well to bring the Toastmasters into the 21st century, as it were, in preparing people for the leadership roles in the corporate society as they are today. Any other business or comments?
Mr. President. Chris, Toastmaster Chris. Look for a second. Tell you about Chris. He started out doing this program, what? So, this I believe he can win international. Do you agree?
I'm stuck behind here.
I know. I'm just saying, excellent.
I'm visiting as many clubs around as I can. Give me some comments, I would appreciate it.
Good job, y'all. Good job.
Philip, you had a comment for you? Our treasurer, Anthony, has gotten a promotion in his job, which takes him away from HealthMasters to another state. We are excited about his advancement. However, we will need a replacement treasurer. If anyone is interested in becoming the new treasurer of HealthMasters, please send me or Joyce an email this week. We will have an election next week for treasurer. Joyce, if you could put that in the agenda for us, time for an election. Thank you, Philip. Any other comments? Meeting adjourned.
Chris, that was one of your